Hey guys, this is OracleDaphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to record a very special video to promote my birrdsfly Etsy shop. I have a bunch of things on there, and I don't really get a lot of traffic into my shop, despite the fact that I am quite active. And I don't have the budget to really promote my Etsy shop. And I have a whole bunch of things because I was partnering with a shop in town over the winter, and I created all these cool bath soaks and all these things to sell in that shop. But then she had wanted everyone to get a business license, and I chose not to go in that direction. And I decided, okay, I'm just going to put them on my Etsy shop. And I think a lot of people don't really know what they are because there's a lot of unique and different things in my shop, which you wouldn't normally find other places. So I wanted to talk about some of the things that are on my shop. That way you can have a better understanding of what they are. And also, encourage everybody, if there's anybody who wants to buy things in bulk or kind of mix and match, please reach out to me. Like if you're interested in getting a whole ton of bath soaks, maybe you have your own business and you want to sell the bath soaks through, your shop, or, say, you just wanted to buy in bulk, please just make me offer. This is the time to do it. Everything in the shop that's $60 or more, including my private readings, is 10% off for a month, basically. So please take advantage of the fact that there's a discount, basically on top of a discount. I recently, this morning, discount some of the things that I had on there, especially some of my sets that I made. So I basically just I'm opening up the discussion to anybody who wants to buy in bulk or mix and match different items. Say you wanted to try, one of my kindling pieces and a smudge stick and a bath soak. I'm happy to come up with a price for that and let you know how much that would be plus shipping. Shipping is quite expensive. That's why I took away free shipping on my Etsy shop. And I had at one point started doing advertising, but I just don't have the budget for it at this time. So any of your purchases really support my livelihood at this time. It puts food on my table and gas in my tank, and it's really appreciated. So and I will say a lot of love went into these items. So these are all items that are very special and near and dear to my heart. A lot of creativity came out of this pandemic that we've been in, and this is what I've made with my time, and I'm very proud of these items. So I do want to jump into what I've got going on in the shop. The first is my favorite. It is my pine needles basket. A pine needles basket is made out of pine needles. It's all natural. You can see it kind of looks like a jewelry box. The top does come off. The top itself is actually really cool. You can see it has a really cool design. This was my first time making this basket. It was a labor of love. It took me about 30 hours to make. This was my Halloween weekend. Everybody was out having a good time, drinking beer, going to harvest festivals and stuff, but I was I was making my pine needles basket, sewing away. So this is on sale. It's $137, but I think it would be additional 10% off of that. If that price is not in your ballpark, please let me know, make me an offer and say, hey, I really love your pine needles basket. This is what I'm willing to give you for it. I want it to go to a good home. I want it to be where people can see it and interact with it. It is a moving, living, breathing piece of me, basically. It's a little bit of a baby because it took so much focus and energy. I really like the way it smells. It has a pine smell, but also because of the wax and the thread, I used wax thread. It has this very interesting kind of like artsy, like art school kind of smell. I think it would be great to put like seeds and gemstones and stuff inside of it to actually gift someone. But you know, whatever you want to do with it, you know, once you purchase it, it's yours. So I was putting seeds in there. I put some chestnuts in there. You know, my idea for it was to put a lot more rose quartz in there, but this basket is definitely worth $137. But I understand sometimes people have their own ideas about, you know, what's in their budget and what they, you know, want to spend. So please reach out to me. This is, you know, a great conversation piece, and yeah, it's just a great, you know, piece that I have that's for sale in my Etsy shop. I want to talk about my Oracle card readings because people don't know what they are, and they are kind of a surprise. It's inside this envelope, which I would mail to you, is a greeting card plus an Oracle card plus a letter. And the letter itself is the reading. And most of these I've included some kind of little charm or runestone or something in addition to just the letter. But I think maybe one of them just has the reading and the Oracle card and the greeting card. So essentially I wanted to make something that was going to be kind of a surprise, but it was also going to have a lot of positive energy. And I make these for myself. I make these for as time capsule letters for my future self. So I wanted to make something like that where people could buy them in bulk and sell them at their gem store or like a brick and mortar cute little shop, or gift them. And I actually sold a bulk of these to someone in Texas. So if you have a shop or if you wanted to buy like 10 of them, I could start working on them. They take me between 3 to 4 hours to complete. They are a labor of love. So I have them in my shop listed for $30 a piece. There won't be any discount on them because they're under $60, but they are worth the $30. There's a lot of really positive energy that goes into them and a lot of love for them. So I do want to talk about my kindling sets because again, people don't really know what they are and they're kind of different. So I started making in my shop these smudge sticks, and you can see I harvested beans and lavender and all kinds of plants from my garden. And actually the lavender I foraged, but the beans and everything were from my garden. And basically last season I had all of my bush beans drying in my closet. And they became these smudge sticks, and these smudge sticks have rose petals and bay, and I've got, I don't know, a bunch of them, a whole bunch. And those have their own specific listing on my Etsy shop. I also made these ones first. This was the first batch. You can see it's different. It's got sage, it's got oregano. These smudge sticks are unique. They're not your average, I have a white sage. This is what a normal smudge stick looks like. Normal, okay? When I say normal, it's just, there is no normal. It's just, I have a different perspective on smudge sticks. And so I made a whole bunch of these smudge sticks. These were my Christmas smudge sticks, and using the last of my pepper plants and things like that. But then, I don't know, I started collecting firewood. I started collecting wood in the neighborhood where I live. And I thought, well, why not make these little kindling sets? So instead of burning a giant log, when you go to light a fire pit or light a fire, all you need to do is light this piece of paper and, you're good to go. This thing is small. It's gonna light pretty quickly. So I made these 30-piece sets, and this is what they look like. And they've got recycled seed catalogs, and they've got, you know, kind of a variety of wood. Some of them have birch, some of them have apple, some of them have black walnut, some of them have cedar, some of them have oak. They're kind of like a mix. And I had this person reach out to me, and he was like, well, how do I use it? Do I untie it? And in my mind, no. I would light like a corner of this here, and I'm pretty sure this would take off. And you wouldn't have to, but you know, obviously everybody has their own way of doing things, so you wouldn't have to do it that way necessarily, but that's what I would do. And it makes it easy to you know, to start a fire going, you know, if you have a fire pit, or, you know, it's summertime. It's going to be going into summertime here soon, where, you know, if you're doing any kind of like bonfire, things like that, you know, this would make it easy. So like each set has like 30 pieces like this. And if you wanted to, you could just put them all in a pit and get that going. You could do that all in one try. You know, the thing is that a lot of people like have a lot of split wood, but they don't have a lot of kindling. So I thought, well, why not make some things that would make life easier? So each set has I think 30, but I usually include some bonus items. So like some bonus smudge sticks, and I usually include an oracle card reading as well. And my other one has just different seed catalogs, so it looks a little bit different. And each piece is a different size. Some of them are larger and some of them are smaller. Okay, and it's all foraged wood. None of the wood comes from a tree that's living where I clipped it or anything like that. It's all foraged wood. And in the shop that I was partnering with, they had kind of started to put price tags, or not price tags. They were starting to come up with the idea that people wanted to like buy these individually. So this is like a cedar one. This is all cedar. Some of you, if you wanted to order all like a set that's all cedar, I could get started on that. It's going to take some time, but I could make a set that was all cedar if you wanted to sell just these cedar smudge sticks, cedar as smudge sticks, or you could purchase the sets, and there's going to be some all cedar pieces in there. Again, each set has its own unique kind of personality, and whatever wood that I found at that time is what I found at that time. So there's 2 sets on there. I think they're both listed for $80. They would get an additional 10% off. I think that's a great price. They take about 2 days to complete. So yeah, so there's my sets. Now I want to talk about my bath soaks, because everybody loved my bath soaks, and my bath soaks are kind of like my pride and joy of the pandemic. They came out way different than I was expecting. So like once I started kind of getting going and kind of getting my ideas and making bath soaks, I didn't realize that how far I kind of went as far as my creativity. And this is an example. This is my Basil Rose bath soak. And each bath soak has its own like set of, and it's all natural. All of it is natural. Basically its own, basically recipe, but its own energy. So like this Basil Rose has ground rice and ground green tea. It has basil from my garden. It has rose essential oil. It has pink sea salt and baking soda, and it smells like a summer garden. You're not going to find any of these bath soaks anywhere else, because they're handmade, they're small batch, they're made in my kitchen with my coffee grinder. So they are all really unique and different. If anybody wants to buy like a bulk, or has ideas as far as how, like if they want to sell them in their shop, please let me know. And like if you wanted me to send you a sampler of a certain amount, I could also do that. You know, say you wanted to mix and match a bath soak with, say, a smudge stick and one of my kindling sets or a cedar stick, please let me know. I'm open to that. I have another one called my Wild West bath soak. And my Wild West bath soak has kind of like a, I don't know, like a bitterness to it, which is interesting. Excuse me. It's got dried pine needles and cedar and sage and lavender. It's really cool. I made a really cool one that I like. That's my detox bath soak. And my detox bath soak has activated charcoal in it. And it kind of, I had started at that time to really get more heavily into wanting to do things like that was just like a pure muscle soak. Or like a detox bath. And this bath soak has activated charcoal, but it also has pink sea salt and baking soda, green tea, lemon peel, and it doesn't have any essential oils. So those are 3 examples of like my bath soaks. They all have something unique about them, something that maybe I grew in my garden, or something that kind of gives them a special, unique smell, or essential oils that are uplifting in some way or clearing in some way. Everything is just super, super positive. Like the ones I'm the most proud of are like the detox one, and I made a rose bath soak, and like a gentle, like I have one that's like a gentle bath soak that's using like oatmeal, things like that. Like I'm really proud of, because I got to really be creative, and I don't know, it's one of those things that like if you wanted to try like a certain amount, please let me know. I have like a sampler listed in my Etsy shop if you wanted to purchase a sampler and try. Again, they're all really different. So I started off making like some holiday inspired ones, and it kind of just took off in doing different, I kind of took off in creative wise with it. Doing different things. I also have a special, like, I think it's still listed on there, I have to double check, special herbs for spiritual clearing, but it's not just herbs. Like there's ground dried oak from the special oak tree that's here in Ellensburg. I have wild foraged western sagebrush. I have ground bush beans. This is all part of basically a set, like a kit for spiritual clearing. And the stuff in there you cannot find anywhere. Like I have some ground corn husk from last season from my garden. All of this stuff in here is going to be really unique and different. So like there's places that you can buy like on Etsy, ground herbs, but none of it is going to be like this. None of this I have is going to be really special like this, because this is all stuff that's, you know, very special to where I live, and a lot of love went into it. So I want to talk about my green witch kits, which I think I took off my shop. I am not sure. And I don't remember how much I had them listed for. But you can see it's this box, and this is basically, I call it a green witch kit because it does have, it has a whole bunch of herbs from, and specialty things from Ellensburg. These were in the shop, and so there's like people were looking at them. So some of the labeling needs to be redone. But I have like a whole bunch of cool things in here. I have ground dried mugwort. This mugwort actually I purchased online. It's organic mugwort. I have this is one thing that's in here. It's my mugwort and bay pink salt. This comes, I'll show you what it looks like open. This comes with a oracle card reading. that I pre-wrote and sealed already. So this comes with that. And I have 2 of them. I would, again, need to redo some of the packaging a little bit, but these are pretty much ready to go. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've missed. I think that's everything. Those of you who, again, want to kind of mix and match, say you want to do a witch kit, or you want to do, and I say green witch kit. The green witch kits are about spiritual clearing. They're not intended to use for spells or anything like that. I just want to be clear about that. But say you want to do like some of the, you know, herbs and some of the bath soaks and like say a smudge stick, something like that, please let me know. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed my little my showing of what I have on my birrdsfly Etsy shop. And all purchases are appreciated at this time. A lot of love went into these items, and time went into these items. So I send everyone big hugs as usual. Big hugs, big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. All the best. Bye, guys.